Hey there guys, so today's video is going to be my last favorites video of 2019. It's going to be my November favorites. I cannot believe that this year is basically over already. I am recording this in December. I am extremely tired today. I really didn't get too much sleep last night, so I probably look drunk. Yeah, so anyway, we're just going to jump right into the favorites video because I have a lot to do today. I have to go run some errands after this and pick up some stuff for my boyfriend since he's still not feeling that great. And then I have to go to CVS and get some stuff and then get us food and everything. So I wanted to film my favorites before I left because it's my first day off since Thursday, which was Thanksgiving. So I haven't had a day off before that. So anyway, let's just jump into some primers first. So Chip got me this Farsali primer set for our makeup swap, and these are the two that I've been using the most. So I fell in love with the Farsali Unicorn Essence, and this one is the most popular item from Farsali. Like, everybody raves about this thing, but this is really, really beautiful on the skin, and it's really hydrating. It feels so nice and it smells amazing. It smells so good. I love to smell it. Like, it smells like candy when you put it on. And every time I use it, it makes my skin super hydrated before I put on foundation. I kind of just threw my foundation on today. I didn't even use primer because I kind of forgot that I wanted to put on foundation. So I just threw on concealer and set it. And then I put like the Bare Minerals foundation stick like around my face. It still looks great. But I forgot I still wanted to wear foundation today. I usually don't when I just go see my boyfriend, but anyway, so yeah, this smells like candy when you put it on. It's so hydrating. I really have been loving it so far, so I'm super inclined to pick out the full size of this at some point because I really do like it. And then the other one that I've really been enjoying from that set is the Rose Gold Elixir, and this is the 24-karat gold infused beauty oil. And I've been using this at night as like my nighttime oil, like before I put my moisturizer on, and I really do like it. It smells really good. I've just been using this, and I'm going to use it up because I haven't replaced my ordinary oil yet, which is like the chia seed oil that I always use. I've went through like bottles of that, but I was like, might as well replace it with this right now when I have this sample. And I really like it. It's nice. It's nourishing. It absorbs like right into the skin, so this is really nice too. So those are the two products that I've been enjoying from Farsali. I didn't pick out any foundation. Like, honestly, I haven't tried out any new foundations recently. I've just been rotating basically the same foundations over and over again, like my Anastasia, my Bare Minerals foundation stick, my Dior foundation. Like, honestly, there really isn't like one foundation that I've been wearing like every single day. I try to rotate them as much as possible. And again, since I haven't really picked up a new foundation, there's not really like one that I've been using like super consistently that I need to talk about again. I've talked about them multiple times in my favorites video, so I figured I would just skip over foundation. Because again, I haven't tried any new foundations in like a couple months. But I have tried a new concealer. So this is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer, and I'm in the shade Fair 07C. I really have been enjoying this concealer. I picked this up with a bunch of the frozen stuff that I got. And this is a really nice full coverage concealer. I really like this when I wear full coverage makeup. It covers really nicely underneath the eyes. It blends really nicely. And it has really, really nice coverage. I was using it basically every single day when I got it. I didn't expect it to have so much coverage that it does because I thought it was, since it was a little bit more of a hydrating version of their no filter concealer, I thought it wouldn't be so full coverage, but it is pretty full coverage. So just keep that in mind, but I really do like it. It's really nice. I've been enjoying it so far. So that's the only concealer that I have to talk about, and now let's get into some eyeshadow. So of course I have to talk about these because I've been testing these out every single day since I've gotten them, and I've been wearing like a couple of different palettes since then. But of course, my two favorite palettes this month have been the Disney Frozen 2 ColourPop Pressed Powder palettes. I have the Elsa and the Anna one. My absolute favorite has to be the Anna one. This has been my most favorite palette this month. I wasn't wearing it when I hauled it, and I'm not wearing it in this video. When I hauled it, I was wearing my Beauty Bakery Proof It's in the Pudding eyeshadow palette, and today I whipped out a really old palette and I wore my Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, which I haven't worn that in forever. But anyway, I really, really have been enjoying this Anna palette. It's really, really beautiful. It has really nice warm tones in here. It has really beautiful fall tones. I've used all of the shades in the palette in both of these palettes, and I have to say I've been enjoying both of them. They're both really pretty. So they're just easy palettes to use. Of course, I love this Earth shade and Snoochin. I think those are my two favorites. The Earth shade is like a really pretty gold, and Snoochin is a really pretty dual chrome peachy shade. And then I'll swatch a couple of the mattes for you. I'm not going to swatch too many colors because I swatched a lot of them in my haul. So that one is some of the mattes, that one is Wind, and that one is Fearless. So really beautiful, buttery, blendable formula as usual. That's what I expect from ColourPop, and honestly I was not disappointed with this one. And then the same thing with the Elsa palette as well. Again, stunning packaging on both of these, 10 out of 10. And again, with this one, I was kind of struggling like with what type of looks that I was going to create with this palette, but honestly, I've been creating some really beautiful looks. I love this Northern Light shade. That one's my favorite in the palette. It's just a really beautiful, shimmery, like dual chrome, and I think that's a super shock shadow. It's so pretty. And then Fire's a really beautiful shade. Probably should have worn this today, but it's okay. I'm going to wear it tomorrow because I'm planning on finally seeing the movie tomorrow. Finally. And this one is Fire, and that one is Ice Crystals, which is that stunning silver. So pretty. And then, of course, Spindrift is a really beautiful red. Like, look how pigmented that is. Like, that is ridiculous. And it's so stunning. That's the Spindrift shade. So, yeah. After I had saw Andrea Mattiliano talk about this one, and she said that she wasn't really crazy about it, I was kind of hesitant to see. I was hesitant on trying it, and I was kind of regretting picking it up, but I hadn't even received it yet when I watched her review. And then when I tried it out for myself, I think that it's a great palette. So I really have no complaints about either of these. I think they both blend beautifully, and I think that they keep with the consistency of ColourPop's formula, that they always make a solid formula. So yeah, I've been really enjoying these. And then speaking of Disney and ColourPop, of course, I have to mention the Disney Midnight Masquerade palette. Again, I think I got this back in October, so I've only really talked about it in my October favorites, but I can tell you that I've been enjoying it as much as I did last month as I did this month. I actually just wore it yesterday, and honestly, the formula in here is so good. Like, the formula of this one is just as good as the older Disney. It's a Princess Thing palette. It's a great formula. I really do, I love the formula more in this one than I do in the Frozen palettes, but I do think that these are the best 9-pan palettes that I've tried from ColourPop so far. I don't love the mattes and the Aha Honey and the Main Squeeze palette. I really enjoy them in here way more than I do in those two. Honestly, I wish I would have skipped over those two and just waited for these, but I really wanted to try their 9-pan palettes because I had never tried them before. Sorry, my boyfriend's texting me. Just give me a second. I don't know if he's asking me if I have to take him to a doctor's appointment tomorrow, when I have plans tomorrow with my friends. He just texted me right now again, so I'm just going to keep my phone over here. So anyway, yeah, so anyway, I've been really enjoying this palette. Again, I'm not really going to swatch it, but I did wear Mama Odie yesterday, and it was freaking stunning. I love this shade. It's such a beautiful, like, duochrome, goldy green color. It's so pretty. And then, of course, Mrs. Potts is one of my favorites. It's like this gorgeous gold shade. It's right there. And then, let me just wipe my hands off a little bit more. And then I've been really enjoying Dolce, and Nutmeg is a beautiful matte. I'm just going to swatch a couple of them. So that one is Dolce and that one is Nutmeg. I know I've only done reviews on the So Jaded palette and the Aha Honey palette. Not the Aha Honey, the Urban Decay Honey palette. But yeah, love this palette. Have no complaints. All the mattes blend beautifully and all the shimmers are stunning. Okay, so that's that palette. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe off some of these swatches. I'm like, I definitely have a cotton pad somewhere. So just give me a second. Okay, so of course I've also been enjoying my Urban Decay Honey palette, like I mentioned. I was actually going to wear it today, but I'm going to wear it this weekend to work. But anyway, obviously I still really enjoy the formula in this palette as well. I've done multiple looks on this one on my channel. I've only done like 2 looks on the Midnight Masquerade palette. And I'm also going to be posting my first impressions of the Frozen palette soon, right after I post this video. But since I couldn't really get to posting my favorites video so late, I don't know why my boyfriend keeps on asking me how am I. He asked me like 3 times already, but it's okay. So anyway, I love the formula in this palette. All these shades are super buttery. I really can't say anything else about this palette. It's a really solid neutral palette. If you guys are looking for tones like this, I highly recommend it. I love the honey shade. I love golden. Keeper is a really beautiful shade as well. They're just such beautiful shades. Like, the formula is solid in this palette. So there's some of the swatches. That's honey, that's golden, and that's keeper. So again, don't really need to talk about it too much. You can check out my review and my looks on this palette to see how much I love it, because I really do love this palette. It's a really solid palette. The formula in here I think is the best out of most of the Naked palettes. I still love the Naked Heat, and I love the Naked Cherry, and I love the original Naked palette, but this formula is amazing, so buttery. Absolutely love it. And then, of course, I can't mention my favorite eyeshadow palettes without talking about this guy. And I will do, like, a full, like, eyeshadow review, or, like, full, like, top 10 eyeshadow palettes of the year when I do my Best in Beauty. But, of course, this has been one of my favorite palettes this whole year, which is the ColourPop So Jaded palette. And I can't really talk about a favorites video without mentioning this again. I just freaking love this palette so much. I did use it in a couple of Get Ready With Me's this past month. I used it in the products that I've tried out from Chip. I used it in that video. And I did like a really pretty cool tone look, but I absolutely love this palette. I really need to whip it out and use it again because I love it so much. I love this diamond shade, which is the Super Shock Shadow. I love Smoky Quartz, which is this beautiful shimmer. It's like a really beautiful cool tone shimmer. I love Pearl. Pearl is like my go-to inner corner shade. So that's some of the swatches: Smoky Quartz, Diamond, and Pearl. I should have worn this palette today, actually. I don't know why I didn't, but I just didn't. I also love, Moonstone's so pretty. Like, I love all these neutral tones, like these neutral shimmers. That one is Moonstone right there. It's so pretty. And then some of the mattes, I love Rose Quartz and Royal Jewels, and my favorite shimmer is still Peridot, whatever. That's Rose Quartz, that's Royal Jewels. And then I have to swatch Peridot because it's my favorite. It's just so beautiful. It's such a beautiful, like, lime green. It's just a gorgeous palette. I love it. I'm definitely going to do a lot more looks with it until probably up to the holidays. But I just wanted to whip out some older palettes this year. I mean, this last month of the year. But I love this palette. So, yeah. That is it for eyeshadow palettes. I can't believe I talked about 5 eyeshadow palettes in this video, but as you guys know, I did pick up quite a few eyeshadow palettes the past couple of months because, you know, ColourPop, literally picked up 4 ColourPop palettes and the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. Like, are you kidding me? So many ColourPop palettes. So yeah, that is it for that. And now let's talk about some blushes and highlighters. I didn't really use like a specific highlighter like too much. I kind of really wanted to use multiple highlighters this past month, really just dive into my collection and use as many highlighters as I could. But I'll talk about the few specific ones that I used a couple of times. But again, I really just wanted to rotate a lot of my highlighters this month, and I used like a ton. But I do want to talk about one bronzer first. I wanted to talk about the bronzer that Chip got me in our makeup swap. This is the Guerlain Terracotta Light, the Sun-Kissed Healthy Glow Powder, and this one's in the light shade, I believe, or the fair shade, whatever it is. And this is a really, really nice bronzer. It's really nice and light, really easy and blendable. It's a really soft, light color for my skin tone. It has a really nice, like, luminosity to it. It's like a shimmery kind of bronzer. You're not going to really be able to see it in a swatch. It doesn't really swatch that well, but it's really blendable and easy to apply on the face. So I really have been enjoying this guy. And this is probably the bronzer I've been using the most this month. It's really nice, and I'm so happy that she got it for me. And then as for blushes, I've actually been reaching for my Makeup Geek blushes like a ton. I know that like the they're like, they kind of get slanted in here from after when I put them away, the magnets like kind of fall. But I've been loving Romance and Infatuation. Infatuation's such a gorgeous everyday blush. I've used Bliss quite a few times. It's a really beautiful peach. But those are the main three that I've been using a lot this month, and I really do love them. I'll just swatch a couple of them. Infatuation is like such a gorgeous everyday blush, so it's that one right there. And then Romance is right there. They're just really, really pigmented, beautiful blending blushes. So I've been whipping these out again and using them quite a bit this past month. And then I've also been reaching for my MAC blushes a lot as well. But these are really the two blush palettes that I've been using quite a bit this month. And I've just been using my MAC blushes a lot again. Again, the magnets got pushed down. I really love Melba and Margin, but you guys have seen me use these a million times. Sometimes I mix Spring Sheen and Melba, or Spring Sheen and Margin, and they just create really beautiful everyday shades. So that is really it for blushes. And then as for highlighters, again, I wasn't really using too many highlighters that consistently. The only ones I really reached for quite a bit were my MAC Mineralized Skin Finishes. I'm actually wearing Lightscapade today. They're just so beautiful on the skin. They are intense, but at the same time they're not like too intense, but they just add such a beautiful intensity. Like this, they don't really swatch like anything, especially Lightscapade. You really have to apply it to your face, and it just looks so beautiful. So I've really been enjoying that one. And of course, Soft and Gentle. I absolutely love Soft and Gentle. I've loved it for a long time. And it's just so beautiful. So that one is Soft and Gentle right there. I could have used this one today too, but I really just wanted to whip out an older one. But yeah, I love MAC highlighters. They're so gorgeous. And then I also whipped out my Anastasia loose highlighters again this past month. I used Snowflake in my video with Chip, and it's such a gorgeous white, shimmery, glittery, beautiful winter highlight. This is like going to be my go-to this month, so I can't wait to use it again. And then So Hollywood, of course, I love this. I use this to top off like any highlighter. It just adds such a beautiful intensity, and it's such a gorgeous gold, so I absolutely love this as well. And then the other two, of course, I have to mention these two again, which are the Disney designer ones. The first one is the shade from Aurora. Look how much I've used this. Like, look at the pan. I love this. I definitely used this a couple times this month. Again, because it's such a beautiful, like, peachy tone. I absolutely love it. It's right there. It, again, doesn't really swatch like anything, but it's so pretty. It's such a beautiful peachy shade, so I love that. because you guys know I love Aurora, and I just can't get enough of this collection. Everything's so beautiful in it. And then, of course, the shade Horse and Carriage. I really don't use Big Tough Girl. That one was so disappointing to me, which sucks because I absolutely love Hercules. And I've loved everything else that I've tried from the Disney collections. That's like the one dud out of like every collection that I've tried from ColourPop. That's definitely the dud. But this is Horse and Carriage, which is, of course, Cinderella's highlight. And again, I was originally not going to get this, but since it looks like such a beautiful highlight for fair skin tones, like, I had to get it. I actually just wore it yesterday, and it's such a beautiful highlight. I could wear this every day and be happy with it. Like, I love this highlighter too. But I've definitely beat up Aurora a lot more. I love that highlighter. So yeah, absolutely love those as well. So that's it for highlight. Again, I didn't really try any new highlighters this past month. I thought that Chip was going to get me some new highlights, but since that was the only new makeup I got besides the Frozen stuff from ColourPop, I really just wanted to kind of just not get too much makeup this past month. So I did okay. I still got way too much eyeshadow though, because I didn't need so many eyeshadow palettes. But yeah, so now all we have to talk about is lipstick. So I did want to mention the Anastasia liquid lipsticks that Chip got me in the set that she got me. I don't love this shade too much in Sand, but this one is Sand, this one is On Mute, and this one is Peachy. I really do like the new formula of the Anastasia liquid lipsticks. I think that she improved her formula a lot. I mean, I love Ashton, but I feel like she's updated her formula like every time she comes out with new shades, and I feel like the formula is always different. But these are super smooth and super nice on the lips. I do feel like they still emphasize your wrinkles a little bit, but they're really nice. So this one is Sand, and this is a really beautiful nude. And then we have Peachy, which is, again, a really beautiful peachy shade. And then we have On Mute, which is a really beautiful, like, muted color, which is basically what it sounds like. It's a really beautiful, like, cool toned color. So that one is Peachy, that one is Sand, and that one is On Mute, which is a really beautiful cool tone shade. So yeah, that's it for those. And then I really need to get out of here. Like, I need to get out of here within the next like 10 minutes. So, and then I've also really been enjoying, and I really have been loving wearing the Anastasia liquid lipsticks with like a gloss on top, and I'll talk about the glosses that I've been wearing them with in just a second, but I just wanted to cover lipsticks first because I did try quite a bit of lipsticks this month. So, of course, I also loved the ColourPop Frozen Luxe lipsticks. This one is on a shade which is called Going North. I wore this one on Thanksgiving, and I've also worn it a couple of times before that. It's a really gorgeous brownie tone nude. It's so beautiful. And then Elsa's shade is called Little Snow, which is such a beautiful, like, mauve-y color. I absolutely love this shade as well. It's like a really beautiful, like, berry tone color, and the packaging is just amazing. I love these. And then, of course, the glosses that I loved quite a few glosses this month because I tried out a ton. So the first gloss is the Anastasia lip gloss in the shade Summer Vibes. I wore this over Colored Rain's Marshmallow, and it looks so pretty. It just added such a beautiful, like, glittery pop. It's so gorgeous. So that one is Summer Vibes. I also did love the Frozen 2 Elsa lip gloss in the shade Mythic Journey. Look at this packaging. This is such a beautiful, like, Snow White type of shade. It's so pretty. So that one is right here. So that one is the Elsa shade. Oh, it's so pretty. Look how glittery they both are. And then, of course, the last lip glosses that I fell in love with this past month were the Fenty Beauty lip glosses. The one that I've been wearing the most is this one right here, which is called Hot Chocolate. This one's just a really beautiful, like, everyday brownie tone nude, but when you put it on top of a lipstick, it's really pretty. I'm going to put it on top of this one. It just adds, like, such a beautiful glossiness. See how pretty it is? It's just so easy to apply, and they're just so comfortable on the lips, and you guys know that they're like my all-time favorite lip glosses. Where the heck is my mirror? I just had a mirror. And let me see. Just use this little mirror right here. Yeah, it's just so pretty. I'm just wearing Max Blankety, and then I put this one on top, and it's such a beautiful lip gloss. So really I've been enjoying that one. And then the other one that I really love is Confetti. It's so gorgeous. This is such a beautiful like white tone gloss with like blue glitters in it. It's so pretty. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. So really I've been loving these. I'm not going to swatch all of them. I pretty much love all of them. I love the orange one. This one is so stunning and cheeky. I'll just swatch this one too. It's just a really beautiful orangey shade. So yeah, that is it for lip products. And then I'm just going to talk about 2 skincare products and then we are done. I recently got the Ole Hendrickson Nighttime Moisturizer, the Sheer Transformation Perfecting Moisturizer, and I love this stuff. It's so beautiful. It's just super hydrating. I love it on my skin. And it just really has changed my skin. It really is a night transformation cream because it really just transforms your skin to make it look beautiful and super hydrated. So love this. It's like my all-time favorite. I love it so much. And then I've also been using the Lancome Youth Activating Eye Cream. I've been using it as my nighttime under eye cream, and I love it. And that's really it, you guys. I really have to go. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. Let me know if you guys have tried any of those products. And let me know what you guys have been loving this month. I love you guys. Bye.